Hey! Woo! Meet tomorrow.
You'll never get me.
With the members reminder.
Really, actually.
Folks, you have to be off the grass.
On the gravel, off the grass, please. He's will be still a starting quarterback.
going to take photos. Now's the time to do it. Eventually we shut it down for you guys and the media. You can't roll all the way around as long as you're behind the grass. You just can't go up the north side.
We can go around. You still can't go on the field. Or you can go out there. You know where they study that right there. You take care of the defense right there. Let me get my phone.
That's the soccer leg. Maybe after the game we could. What's that?
Everybody else.
Quarterback? Why do we have so many quarterbacks?
Every Thursday.
Why is it 1,000?
Actually, are allowed to have
Look at this.
so they're trying to get from 90 players down to 50 players.
Wait, that's from the office.
First preseason game. As the preseason game, they have to go down the roster. So
Who's playing? Are some of our big players going? They're not playing it.
Howie, roseman, they couldn't say.
Hey, get up. That's good.
And then, like, help them. Is that a running back right Beating down those orange stones.
Tell me name. Why you sick? Tell me name. Name. Good fight.
Yes.
You're trusting everything in yourself right now, your body, everything's instinctive out there for you?
Yeah, yes sir. Yes sir. Day in and day out, companies builds. I did a lot of hard work to make sure I came back to camp some of the best shape of my life. So just getting back out there, I'm continuing to get better and I'm excited.
Are you in the best shape you said to get there. Are you in the best shape you want?
For sure. Always. Well, when I can, when I'm not hurt.
What's your comfort level in Vic's scheme?
Oh, I'm comfortable. You know, I'm comfortable at linebacker. So whatever position he got me at, as long as I'm learning, I'm continuing to learn day in and day out. We got a great group of coaches, and they teaching us in a great way.
It seemed like you were working your way back during the spring. What were the last 6 weeks like? Was it more of a ramp-up period for you?
Talking about
getting ready from minicamp to training camp.
Oh no, it was full. It wasn't ramp up. It was kind of like a go period because the ramp up was spring. It was day in and day out. Then I finally, I don't know if y'all knew, I didn't get cleared until last week, mini camp. So after that, so the summertime, it was just kind of pushing myself to get ready because I didn't have a real off season to push myself to get my body in that shape. So them 6 weeks in the summer is when I did it.
What do you make of the competition with Zach and Devin White? I mean, how much is that like making you all better?
Oh man! Every time you got a competition, you got guys like that who fly around and everybody who make plays, and we always feed off each other. You know, they make a play, we want each other to make plays, but you also want to make a play. So the competition don't do nothing but make everybody better in the whole room.
It's different for you because last year you were kind of I don't want to say like handed a spot, but you kind of knew you would be a starter. This year it's kind of different. It seems like.
It's competition. I won't say I was handed anything. I've never been handed anything since I started playing ball. So it's like me having to work for nothing. I mean, me having to work for everything is kind of been my MO since I started playing, and I'm still doing it to this day.
What sticks out to you about how Vic approaches linebackers use it in the defense and how he teaches?
Oh, he old school. He old school. I feel like everybody love him. Everybody love his kind of like straightforward, his straightforward attitude. How he just tell you kind of straight up. If he liked that, he didn't like it. It's really it's not too much gray area with him if you ask him a question. So that's what I like, and that's what I just kind of been honing in and taking all his teaching. You know, he been coaching longer than I've been alive. So.
How does he view linebacker in his system?
I mean, he viewed I feel like he viewed linebacker as I think he viewed every position group, the D-line, the linebackers, and the DBs. Everybody he viewed highly. I feel like he viewed linebackers as the person who basically bring it all together. You know, we take on 330 and we run with 4-3. So we kind of mesh with the front line and the back end.
Nick said last week before the first practice that you said pads when we're going to pads.
Yes. I'm glad that we're getting pads tomorrow because I mean this t-shirt and shorts is cute, but we play football in pads and we getting pads tomorrow. So I feel like the intensity and I told the linebacker group this: we need to be the ones that set the precedents basically with the violent. And the violence that's gonna come tomorrow when we first day in pass.
Do you feel like you got hurt so early last year? You played your rookie year. You got hurt so early. Do you feel like people just really haven't seen what kind of player you can be yet?
I mean, of course, I haven't been able to play a full season yet. So it's like I know the type of player I am. I'm confident in the type of player I am, and it's we just continue to work day in and day out.
Nakobe, what is the key for you to gain Vic Fangio's trust in this camp?
Continue to do what we've been doing. Continue to put in the work. Continue to do what you're supposed to do. Not only knowing the scheme, but actually doing it, and then showing my effort and toughness and communication on the film.
Lots of different combinations. For 3 seasons Nakobe, how difficult is it to sort of rotate with different guys?
I mean, for me. When I came in trying to learn the scheme, it was me learning both linebacker positions. So it's like if I'm in, they tell me I'm playing Mike today, cool. If they tell me I'm playing dime today, cool. If they tell me I play Mike one play dime, next play, cool. It's not doing anything but helping me become a better linebacker and helping me understand the scheme better.
Nakobe, have you noticed any differences between Vic and Kirby Smart?
Of course, I mean the Vic is way older. He old school. He laid back and he ain't as fiery. Coach Smart, real fiery and just real fiery. Y'all know about Kirby.
Nakobe, Nick was talking before practice about an increased emphasis on conditioning. Have you noticed that?
100%. I mean, we added 4 reps to the conditioning test this year. You see us running to the end zone after plays. It's been everything. You see, you can turn around now. You see all the guys getting in extra work right now on the field. So it's been a high increase in conditioning. Emphasis on conditioning. Thank you.
Can I ask you about that too, Landon? The increase in conditioning in camp this summer. Have you noticed that, and what do you make of it?
Yeah, I think there's been an emphasis on not only summer conditioning, coming back in the best shape that we've been in, but also during practice where it's in between drives, at the end of drives, like Nakobe said, running, finishing in the end zone. Even now, guys after practice out here working on little stuff, whether it's running routes, extra conditioning, ball security stuff, catching balls. Really the emphasis is not really coming from the coaches at this point. Like right now you see there's no coaches out here. This is all player stuff, right? It's just a mindset, for the rest of the guys on the team. We understand that, it can't come from the coaches if we want to be great. It's got to start with us.
Landon, how do you feel Kai is handling the transition to guard?
I think Makai's doing great. He's had to bounce around to a few positions. We've had some guys get banged up. Nothing different than what happens during the season, right? You got a guy that can swing both tackles, swing both guards. That's a lot of value in the NFL, being able to play 4 out of 5 positions.
How much do you look forward to Pads Day? Tomorrow's first day of Pads.
Oh, I mean, it's football. It's how we play it. Coming out here, obviously there's an acclimation period. I'm not sure if it's PA mandated, NFL, wherever that comes from. But obviously there's an acclimation period to get guys, make sure everybody's going to be safe as soon as we get pads on. So, I really look forward to the first day in pads.
What do you find out those days that maybe you just can't otherwise?
Yeah, who wants it? It's really what it's about. You put pads on, it's a different animal than playing, T-shirts.
You're playing next to, obviously, Cam Jurgens.
Yes.
What have you seen so far from him? Obviously, big, Kelsey's gone, and he's kind of stepping in. What have you seen so far?
Yeah, Cam's creating his own path right now. Really smart guy, physical guy, strong guy, moves well. He's handling this transition from going from, playing guard and a little bit of center last year to, playing center right now. Communication's been good, and you kind of run into, you never know what happens when guys get hurt, right? You're rotating guys in. We got, Makai coming in and guys stepping in at different tackles, changing up the groups, and just the way he's been able to handle the communication. And, it's different guys get out there. You never know what's going to happen. So I think he's done a tremendous job so far of just, clear communication, everybody setting the standard of how things are supposed to be done in the huddle when we get to the ball, and, handling it overall great.
Obviously, I was just follow up. Kelsey was obviously great at all that stuff because he'd done it for so long. Are you finding that Cam's kind of like picking that up pretty well too?
Yeah, Cam's in year 3. He's an extremely smart dude. He's played a lot of football too. So, again, it's going to be tough for him because the comparison's always going to be Kels, right?
I saw the slip and slide thing, Landon.
Yeah.
Is that like a cognizant effort of you fighting the guys over, trying to take that next step as sort of one of the leaders of this team?
It had nothing to do with the ploy of trying to do, Lee. It's honestly like guys, everybody kind of does their own thing when the offseason comes around, right? There's guys go different places, go back home, train in different spots. And, we got to the end of the summer. I was here the whole time, unless we were traveling, but I was here most of the time working out with the guys here. And, I just wanted to make sure that, starting back to camp, let's have a little fun, have a pool party, hang out and relax for a little bit before we get this thing started for the next 7-8 months.
You said Cam will always be compared to Jason, which is natural. How do you think he's wired to handle that? Because he's going to hear it for years.
Yeah, he's going to hear it from you guys all the time. That's what's going to happen. No offense, you guys got used to that, and that's going to be your comparison. So he's handling it extremely well. Again, like I said, it's not, trying to replace Kels. Cam's going to make his own legacy, his own path, his own destiny, right? He's going to be Cam Jurgens. His name's not Jason Kels. He's not going to try and be, 62. He's going to do what Cam Jurgens does.
Landon, you talked about how the drive, the accountability has to come from you guys and it can't be taught from the coaches. How do you build that culture of accountability within the team itself?
Yeah, honestly, it starts with, veteran guys, leadership guys leading those position rooms, and making sure that we're all on the same page to realize, this falls on the players. This isn't about, what can the coaches do at practice to make us do this. It starts from players. The great teams I've been on, it really is player-led.
I know the pads aren't on yet, but what have been your early impressions in camp of Jordan Davis and Jalen Carter on the other side?
Yeah, I think they're doing well. I think our whole defense in general is doing well. I think Fangio's doing a great job, calling plays against our offense, and they're always giving us a good look. I think, Jordan and Jalen are kind of embracing that role, and obviously losing Fletch and that kind of veteran leadership, and then Hargrave earlier. But I think honestly they've stepped up tremendously. They're working hard at practice. They're finishing to the ball. They're working to be the best players they can be.
How have you taken the leadership approach now that you're one of the veterans on the line?
Yeah, I mean, honestly, it's communication and setting the expectation. You know, it's like you got to walk the walk, right? So, you know, you can't just sit there and try and tell guys what to do, what you should be doing, go do this after practice. It's, you know, lead by example.
Kyle Shanahan and some others have talked about Vic's giving them some of the most difficult looks in defensively. Have you been able to see that through OTAs and training?
Wait, who said that?
Kyle Shanahan has talked, and some other coaches have
yeah.
just talked about how one of the toughest defensive coordinators they've ever gone against is Vic, if not the toughest.
I mean,
what do you see that's complicated about it?
I mean, I'm not giving away trade secrets, obviously, but Vic is obviously very experienced. He's got a lot of experience coaching, calling plays, calling defenses. He's seen a lot of different coordinators in his years of coaching, and he knows the issues in every offense and kind of how to get under people's skin. And that's the thing that we love is, you know, he's going to call the absolute best defense he can call to a play, make it super hard on the offense, and we got to figure out, and we still got to make the play go. We can't just say, oh, just because he called a great defense here doesn't mean it's, you know, the play's dead in the water, right? So I think he does a tremendous job of challenging our offense and the looks that he gives and the defenses that he calls to, you know, make us really work and have to be perfect at what we do. So I stepped on something in the yard. It was not on the slip and slide. I'd like to clarify that. So I heard that was a rumor going around. It was not on the slip and slide. So.
Landon, it's obvious that just watching the offense, this training camp, the Christmas of it, it's been so fluid. What do you attribute that to? Just time together, or the coaching schemes? I mean, it's obvious.
Yeah, just how the offense flows and the play calling and stuff, or
just the precision. Has he even thrown a pick yet this? Has Jalen even thrown a pick yet this training camp?
Usually, I'm trying to block a defensive lineman, so I'm not really trying to watch the ball in the air. But yeah, again, I think it comes down to, you know, individually, you kind of got to look yourself in the mirror and set those expectations of, you know, how do we want to be this year? And it starts with each person, you know, say, you know, what do I got to work on this year? What do I have to do to be better than I was last year, even yesterday? So I think that we've all kind of embraced that role of just, you know, what can we do to get better every day?
In the first practice, which you didn't play in, but there were 3 false starts, and I guess Jordan and Cam wanted guys to run gases after. Is that, you think that's a good thing as part of the group to make everybody accountable?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, at the end of the day, it's offensive line especially, and same thing with football in general, is it takes all 11 guys to make a play go, right? You can have 10 guys doing something perfect. One guy messes up, play's dead in the water. That's why I think this is the greatest team sport in the world, right? So the same thing with offensive line. One guy messes up, right? That's on us as a unit, right? Whether it doesn't really matter if it was misheard or just tired or what it was, but, you know, that's on everybody in that room. You know, that one guy messes up, it falls on all of us. So that's just, you know, how we felt the best way to handle us, you know, any mental errors or mistakes that we may have at practice. You know, it's, you know, we're gonna either be great as a group or we're gonna kind of suffer as a group. We're gonna do it all together, though.
You've known Cam for a couple of years now already. Like, how do you describe him as just a fit in the locker room? How he feels established? What is he like in this moment?
Yeah, I mean, Cam's a great dude overall. You know, like I said, I guess you guys were over there talking to somebody else, but yeah, smart guy, funny guy. You know, really kind of football intelligent, embracing a role of, you know, being the center here and, you know, conducting the orchestra when it comes to offensive line. So, you know, he's taken a big step in, you know, having that role. So, I mean, honestly, great dude. Love him. Locker right beside me. So, spend a lot of time together.
Appreciate you answering it again.
Yeah. Thanks, man. Oh, yeah.
Thanks, man.
Avonta, how's the new scheme working out for you?
Pretty good. Every day, you know, taking the steps and learning it one day at a time and making sure we all on the same page. So it's been going really well for us.
Are there challenges for you with the versatility of going from slot to safety, or is that something that you just become so accustomed to in your career?
I mean, every day, you know, I'm working to get better at it. It's definitely, I say, it's kind of mirror positions in a way, but at the same time, it's different because sometimes you're just in the back and you got to have a lot more communication. And the footwork is a little bit more different than the slot. So something I work on every day individual. Some days I do safety, some days I do nickel.
Vic was talking earlier in the week about how historically not many cornerbacks make the transition to safety with success. I mean, what is the difficulty whenever you've experienced that in your career? What is the difficulty?
I mean, I feel like that's for an outside corner, that might be something really totally different, you know. But from a nickel, it's really not that different because you in the run fit most of the time as a nickel. So you move back to safety, you still in the run fit. So it's kind of a little bit similar, like I said, but just different footwork. But on the outside of that corner, it's a lot more different. You know, you mostly on the outside on the island by yourself running a lot of, you know, routes with the receivers. But now you got to start learning the gaps as they move and things like that. So it'd be a little bit more different that way.
You've had so much success in the slot. Did you come here in your mind saying, that's my job and somebody's going to have to take it from me?
I mean, I love competition. Competition is, you know, it makes you better. But, you know, I come here to, you know, do whatever I can do to make the team the best and, you know, help the team out anyway. So if that's at safety, that's safety. If that's at nickel, that's nickel. If that's at dime, that's dime. If that's at corner, it's corner. It doesn't matter to me, but wherever I'm at, I'm going to compete my hardest at it and, you know, and have fun doing it.
Is it weird hearing JB's voice as a safety?
Nah, it's not weird. JV always talking. Even when he was at corner, he talks 24/7. So, you know, it's nothing different from there.
We know Mitchell's got some looks in the slot. What have you liked about him so far?
Everything. I mean, he's a great player, smart. He asks questions. He talks to me every single day. I always, you know, encourage him and, you know, tell him things, little tips here and there that'll help him out. But I definitely been watching him at nickel even today, you know, him getting out there and, you know, they running certain routes and he is doing it right. I was like, that was when he get back to the sideline, I tell him it's great.
It's been back.
On that real quick, just not to move off of rookies, there's a lot of new faces in the DB room.
Mm-hmm.
How are you as a veteran kind of guiding them to really gel with the rest of the team, and how have they been doing?
They've been doing well. Everyone is clicking and gelling in, and you know, they also they ask a lot of questions, and you know that's what I like for them to be asking questions because it's a lot of new faces, a lot of new voices, and you know everyone want to get comfortable with each other, and that's one thing that you know from all the rookies that's came in, they're quick to ask questions, and you know the veterans in the room are quick to answer.
It's been back and forth throughout.
How frustrating the injuries have been. What did you do differently, I guess, between the end of last season when you got healthy to now to kind of?
Yeah, I got you. You know, just the mental part. I feel like that was the most time I spent on things, but I definitely did it with the physical. But you know, just keeping my mental right, making sure I stay in a positive mindset. Then for the injury, probably for the physical part, you know, just getting a lot more sleep, eating better, doing the little things, tweaks and lifting, you know, heavier in the weight room, little muscles that I can tweak up and tune up so I can be able to, you know, last the full season.
It's been back and forth sometimes in training camp, but what have you noticed from the offense in terms of their vertical passing game as opposed to last year?
They've been doing pretty well. I noticed they're moving the guys around a lot, and you know I'm seeing different faces around, getting a lot more Smitty. That's been fun, and you know he's been having a terrific camp so far. And Jalen's been throwing the ball very well so far, and you know I'm just excited to see what the offense could do this year with all those dynamic players they got over there, and you know it'd be fun to watch.
Were you less than 100% when you came back last year? Do you feel like you?
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean I definitely was 100% last year when I came back, but it don't matter about last year. It's this year, and I feel 100% now, so that's all that matters.
For Quinyon, you know, him dabbling in the slot a little bit, what are some of the challenges, I guess, for a really young cornerback trying to at least try to play both, and how is he navigating?
I feel like the most challenging part is things are moving a lot faster when he's in there. Like I said, I know Q was on the outside at Toledo, and you know when he gets inside of there, a lot of things start moving faster with jet motions and slow motions, and that's questions he asked me like, hey, like today, like when they went in motion, he was kind of like, hey, I didn't go with it. You think that was right? I was like, that was perfect. You know what I mean? Like you got a defense where you don't have to always do it all the time, and you just tempo out on the receiver, and you know how to go. You just get your eyes in the right spot, and that's another big thing is eyes. Make sure his eyes right. So I tell him make sure his eyes right while you're in there, and then you make less mistakes.
You're sitting there competing with Cooper, who's obviously not here right now. It's obviously not the way he wants to start out of camp. Did you talk to him at all about, hey, you know, stick with it, don't worry about it?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I'm competing with everyone. Like I said, I'm here to play wherever I want to, wherever they need me. So it's not just Coop. So it's everyone on the DB room, and it's been fun. Like I said, it's a competition, and I love it. Everyone's playing hard, moving fast. But you know, I always talk to Coop. I was just talking to him yesterday and asked him where is his mental. You know, coming in as a rookie, and you know, he's missing a lot of time. And I just try to make sure he stay positive because you know. A lot of things like that, like me dealing with injuries, and you know, it definitely it touches with your mental. But he's been positive. He's been learning. He's still asking questions as well as he sit and walk through. He asks questions, and you know, as long as he gets back moving and get out there on the field, he'll be a great player as well.
In the spring, some of the vets were talking about how Quinyon was still kind of, I guess, warming up to the room. How much have you seen him come out of his shell as training camp is starting to get underway?
Q is funny actually. He don't talk much, but when you look at him, he always looks sleepy. So I always be cracking on him like, man, wake up. What time you go to sleep? He's like, man, I went to sleep early tonight. That's how I am. So, you know, he's definitely funny. You know, I try. He's locker right by mine in the locker room. So I crack jokes with him, and he cracks jokes back. So he laughs. So he's been opening up, and, you know, that's a good thing to show for the young guys.
They don't respect us. They don't know about our heart, man. That thing is beating your doggone chest right now. Whatever you